Hi. Today we're talking about snare drum, specifically the Texas All-State Band Audition Snare Etude, which is from Portraits in Rhythm by Anthony Cirone, number 17. My name is Mark Ford. I teach at the University of North Texas in the College of Music, and I'm standing here in the beautiful Winspear Hall. Let's talk a little bit about playing the snare drum first. Today I'm using the innovative Christopher Lamb model, CL1. I love these sticks. They're the laminated versions. I love the bead size and the weight and the consistency of this stick. Helps me to get a more consistent tone and articulation out of the drum. If you haven't played with these before, you should check them out. Today I'm performing on Tama's prototype of their brand new concert snare drum that will be released at PASIC in 2019, this November. Very awesome drum. It's an amazing drum. So pleased that they were able to get it to me now for this video and for the Texas Bandmasters Convention next week. Now, when you play a concert snare drum, typically you're going to have a variety of snares on the bottom of the drum. There could be some combination of coiled wire snares or coated cable or steel cable snares. This particular drum has the steel cabled snares. This is going to give a more articulation to the attack of the snare drum. So you have to mute the snare drum. And oftentimes you use a small mute. Many companies like Black Swamp will sell really awesome mutes. The Moon gels that are very popular. This drum, this room rather, is very resonant. And I've chosen to use a small towel held on by a clip here, basically a paper clip, or to help it stay onto the rim. And I need a little bit more articulation here, and so I'm using a little bit more dampening. Now, where to play on the snare drum? You're going to utilize the areas of the snare drum to play. So to get closer to the edge of the drum, the sound will become thinner, it'll have more higher partials, but also it'll become softer. So you should definitely utilize the areas of the snare drum for softer playing, a little closer to the edge. For louder playing, come back to the center. Don't play in the center. The center is a standing wave. The drum will sound choked, will not be resonant, and will not project as well as if you were playing an inch or maybe an inch and a half off of the center. Now, with number 17, this is an awesome etude. First off, the tempo that for the Texas All-State audition process is slightly faster than what's marked by Mr. Cirone. It's marked at 72, however the Texas list starts at 82. I'm playing it at about 84. I like it on the slower side of that margin that's listed there for the music. But again, you have some options. There's a little bit of a window of how fast you're going to play the piece. A little slower helps you to get the articulation, to keep the phrasing clear, and to have the contrast be very, very specific. Now, also this work is written in 3/16 meter. So we don't often play pieces where the 16th note gets the beat. But this is really like if you were to play something in 3/8 or 3/4, we just see it as 3/16. Really the meter is not as important as the groupings of the notes. So you can see that this etude is consistent with groupings of 3s and 2s. And that's really what makes the piece dance and move and have a good bit of musical direction. Very well-written piece. Starting down where you see the rolls on the third system down at the end, you see these rolls that have a small dot, a staccato marking or marcato marking on top of the note. Here, don't press the stick into the head. Allow the sticks to bounce freely, but for a very short period of time. You're not going to connect these rolls. These rolls will be detached. All of the rolls in this piece, of course, I'm just saying this would be concert rolls or closed rolls. Absolutely no rudimental rolls, double stroke rolls in this etude. The biggest issue that you have to deal with is counting. Make sure that you count the rest clearly. If you see the 8th note rest versus the 16th note rest, we have to make sure that the rhythms are clear and precise. So counting, working with the metronome is going to help you a lot. I put this on 84 on my metronome and put the subdivision to groupings of 3 on the 84, giving me the 16th note. And the 16th note stays constant throughout. So I can utilize it that way and play and practice it in that manner. This is a great etude. It's a lot of fun to play. Take each section slowly. Take each section at one at a time and play it at a very high level. Record yourself. Listen to yourself. Not to say that it's good and bad. No, you're going to listen to yourself to decide, how can I make this better? Really, what's the answer here to make my playing stronger? Okay? Now, it could be about the tuning of the drum. It could be about how you're playing on the drum. You need quality tuning, of course, too. So the tuning of the drum this is a 14-inch by 5 drum. You may be using a 14 by 6 or 6.5. These are all very standard size drums. Most of these drums will sound awesome if you take the top head to the pitch of an A above middle C. So if you go to the marimba or the vibraphone and play the A above middle C, if you turn the snares off, this drum should be pretty close to that pitch. Okay, the bottom head, I prefer for the bottom head to be slightly higher than the batter head. Maybe a quarter tone, half pitch, a half step, but not much, just a little bit. This will help you to have a great sound on any 14-inch drum by 5 or 14 by 6. All right, have fun with Cirone's Etude number 17. Enjoy.